Hey beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about why do people fall in love with you. As always my dear, I have 3 pals that you can choose from. This is pal 1, this is pal 2, and this is gonna be pal 3. As always my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comments section. And if you're interested or curious, or you just would like to get further information when it comes to a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal 1, welcome to your reading my dear. Now let's see, why do people fall in love with you? Let's start straight away my dear, let's see. So for pile 1, why do people fall in love with you? For my dear pile 1. For my dear pile 1, why do people fall in love with you? Okay, that's enough. So let's see my dear, let's see. Why do people fall in love with you? Okay, 1 card, fall. Okay, the first card we have is the Messenger of Fire. Let's continue. For my dear pile 1, we have the Fool card. Okay. Let's continue. Why do people fall in love with you? Okay, we have multiple cards. I'm gonna take them. So the first card we have is the Empress. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's visible. The second card is the 8 of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords. Ooh, the Justice card. And let's get you the last cards. For my dear pile 1, why do people... All right, 2 cards came through. And we have another king. We have the King of Water. And we have the 8 of Cups. Look at that, 8 here. Okay, let me see. At the back of the deck, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Beautiful. So, for my dear pile 1, why do people fall in love with you? I am getting so many different messages because there are a lot of different reasons why someone we know would be falling in love with you, because there are so many sides to you which are amazing and beautiful, and we are gonna dive into it now. First of all, let me start with that. I feel like you're the kind of person who can switch beautifully between 2 energies, okay? One energy is the emotional one, and the other is the more practical, logical one. And this is something that's actually really beautiful because it's a balance, you know? With other words, people feel very, very supported and free when they talk with you. It's very easy for others to, as an example, have a conversation and express their feelings. That's actually such a important trait and beautiful trait to have in another person, whether it's a friend, whether it's a loved one, you know, whoever it may be really. When we feel like we can freely express our emotions and we feel safe enough to be vulnerable, and we know that the other person won't take advantage of that, that's such a beautiful trait. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here for you, my dear pal 1, is that one thing people love about you, and one reason why they fall in love with you is because you make them feel safe, with doing so. Because very often people may even be a little bit scared of falling in love with someone because it may give the other person a lot of power over them, right? Or, I mean, we get the most hurt when someone we love hurts us, right? When a stranger hurts us, I mean, that comes and goes. But when someone who we really love somehow, yeah, makes us feel a type of way, that's something that doesn't just go away. It definitely has a huge impact on us. So that's why a lot of people are a little bit guarded when it comes to falling in love, right? Because, yeah, we definitely give a lot of us away, perhaps, right? But that's exactly a reason why people feel so good with being with you. They know that if they go that way, if they actually express what they feel, they will not be faced with backlash or with judgment or with someone who's going to take advantage of that. You are someone who's really trusted. And that's something a lot of people appreciate and a lot of people look for, right? When we talk about relationships. I mean, I can't think of one person who may say, well, trust is not important in a relationship. In any kind of relationship, may it be platonic, may it be romantically, trusting each other is so crucial. And people, okay, when they meet you, even like, let's say someone wants to be friends with you, they feel that. They feel that you're not someone who's sneaky or so. You're someone who's actually very trustworthy. So that's another thing. Another personality trait that you have, which makes people really fall in love with you as well, is your sense of loyalty. Okay, you are someone who's very loyal. At the same time, you are definitely a very fair person as well. So, as an example, when someone sees and witnesses firsthand how passionate you are with protecting people that you love, like, that's something which really warms like your heart, because it's the sense of loyalty that everyone would like to have. And not only that, once again, also talking morally, you live a certain way and you have your own belief system. And I feel like when you see something that contradicts that, with other words, let's say, and I really mean it like in a fair way, okay, like in a very fair way. So as an example, you are someone who wants to, this is just an example. Let's say there is a cake, okay, and it's supposed to, like, someone should cut it and then everyone gets an equal piece, but then there's this one very small piece that someone gets. You don't like to see these things, you want everything to be equal and no one to be forgotten, no one feeling left out. Maybe at one point in your life you actually felt that way, and this is why you have this sense of fairness, because very often in your life you actually felt like you were treated unfairly. So it's something that you can't just look over. It really sticks out to you. Okay. With the Empress being here, another thing that people love and a reason why they fall in love with you is your attraction, like your attractiveness, okay? The Empress, for me, a major intuitive message, as I always like to say, it gives me is the energy of beauty, of being attractive, and just a lot of people seeing us and appreciating us. And that's really something that I'm seeing, even if you sometimes may not think that way. Okay, let me just tell you that you are so beautiful, no matter what other people have put into your mind. Okay, no matter what ridiculous thing they may have told you, You are so, so adorable, so lovable, so beautiful, my dear. And yeah, a lot of people find you hot, a lot of people find you beautiful and attractive, and that's definitely a reason why people also fall in love with you, because it's a balance, right? It's a balance between like the physicality and the emotional body, the mental body, and the energetical body, right? And when we talk about the physical body here, it's definitely something that a lot of people desire. And I am hearing this over and over again. Yes, that's how they feel. Even if you, yeah, have been conditioned to really think low of yourself at times or really feel insecure about yourself, okay? Because, I mean, there are so many institutions or like things outside, right, that are trying to put into our head that we are not good enough or we're not beautiful enough or whatever. And this really sucks, you know, it's not just something that goes. That's something so many people struggle with, unfortunately. And I just would like to take the moment and say, you are so beautiful. If you haven't heard this in quite some time, let me be the one to say it. You are so, so, so gorgeous, okay? Yes, you are. No matter what you just said, yes, you are, okay? So that's another thing that I'm seeing here. Another reason why people fall in love with you is the hard work you put into stuff, you know? When you dedicate when you dedicate yourself to something, when there is something important that needs to be done, you put your all into it. And people see that. People see how much effort you put into things, and that even if it takes a while or even if it's something difficult, you still manage it. And that really shows a lot about the kind of person you are, because it's kind of like no matter what stone is put into your way, you always found a way to overcome it, or whatever task comes your way, you always manage it, no matter how difficult and big it may be. And that's beautiful, my dear. That's beautiful. It really, really is. You know, another thing people really love about you, my dear pal, one is that with the Fool card being here, I feel like when people spend time with you, like when they are a part of your inner circle and they really get to know you, you have this, you know, wow, I just heard this magic, you know, you have this magic, this vibe around you that just holds people in, you know. With the Fool card being here, it may be a certain energy, you know, that may not be that common, you know, a kindness, or maybe even this carefree or this beautiful energy that we associate with children at times, right? I mean, children sometimes make your heart so like warm, and it's so beautiful to spend time with them. I feel like this is something other people also say about you, that you are someone that, like, you make other people feel warm, and it's such a blessing to spend time with you, because yeah, it's just such a beautiful experience. I don't know what is like, if there is something you say to others or certain way that you treat others, or it may just very simply once again be your energy that's so striking. But people just like to be around you. Yeah, people love to be around you, my dear. That's something I'm seeing here. Let me see. I also feel like one thing people also love about you is that when they are in your space, they don't have to wear a mask. They can just be themselves. and that's something people really appreciate, and that's a really, really big reason why someone would fall in love with someone else, right? I mean, if we talk about partnerships, it's important to be with someone who we can just be ourselves in front, and we don't feel like we need to play a role, or we need to wear a mask in order to be accepted, or the other person to like us. I mean, that's like one of the worst things one could experience, because everyone would like to be appreciated and loved for who they genuinely are. And you make people feel that way. Yeah. I would like to get you some oracle cards as well. So let's see. For my dear pile, oops, excuse me. For my dear pile 1, why do people fall in love with you? Why do people fall in love with you? Okay, let's see, my dear, let's see. So the first card we have is Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. Let me get another one. For my dear pile 1, why do people fall in love with you? Okay, we got 2 cards. We have jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change, and all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. Now, with the all paths lead home, that actually reminds me of something, because I just told you guys that people really feel warmth coming from you, and it's this warmth that makes you feel safe and sound. And this really reminds me of the same sensation that we have when, yeah, we come home after a very long day and we just feel like relax, and just enjoy the evening or the night. It's the same sensation, when people meet you, when people are with you, they feel just as safe, and you know what I just heard? I heard you are like a fireplace, When we think of a fireplace in a home, it's like a center, right? And it gives you this warmth and this ambience. It makes you feel so good, especially if there's like a very cold winterly day. I mean, there is nothing more beautiful than sitting right beside a fireplace and just enjoying, And that's just, yeah, that's the kind of love that people also get from you, And that's beautiful. That's so, like, I don't know if you can feel it, but I just feel like so yeah, so intrigued by you. But let's continue. Another thing, my dear pile 1, that I'm seeing here is that, okay, first of all, someone's eye is coming through. Do you see that there is this big eye here? And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it could be your eye color or your eye shape, but people really love that, Maybe you are the kind of person who, like, when someone looks into your eyes, this eye connection is like there, and it's really penetrating in a good way, and it's kind of like, with also jump in being here, it's a glimpse into your soul, and your soul is so gentle and so kind. And I feel like this may be the energy that I got from the Fool card. You know what I said? It reminds me a little bit of a child. It's just this very pure inner energy, you know, that comes with our soul. And I feel like throughout this lifetime, a lot of people get glimpses regarding it, because sometimes through the 3D life and all the harsh realities that are, you know, people like experience here, the heart or the soul, not the soul, but really our good nature may get scarred, and we feel like we need to be tough and we need to fight our way, right, through life. We may hide away this gentleness that comes with our soul. But with you, my dear, it's touchable, it's visible, and it's something that people treasure so, so, so much, okay? With Pulse of the Mother being here and the Empress as well, the Empress is literally an archetype of a mother energy. I feel like what people really love about you and why they fall in love with you is the way you are. You are so nurturing. You are maybe even protective, you know, of people you love. And yeah, that's something a lot of people are looking for, you know, someone that they feel very nurtured by in a partner, right? So many like different messages for you, my dear pile one, like full of different colors, full of different aspects. There is just so much to love about you. And yeah, I definitely see why people fall in love with you, because there is so much to love, honestly. So, my dear pile one, this is all I have for you, my dear. Please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if there are some aspects that resonated with you, then please feel free to also let me know. Also, my dear, if you're interested or just curious when it comes to a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, you will find my Instagram link in the description box, and of course I invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pal one, I am sending you much love and much, much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal one, take care, my love. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, why do people fall in love with you? What do they love about you? So let's start straight away. For my dear pile 2, why do people fall in love with you? Why do people fall in love with you? All right, so let's see. Okay, so the first card we have is the Hermit. The second card is the Messenger of Fire. We have the Emperor. That's interesting. In the previous pile, at the same position in which the Emperor is, we had the Empress. So, for my dear pile 2, we have the Ten of Cups. Cool, beautiful. All right, so let me make sure. Yeah, it's visible. For my dear pile 2, we have the Five of Wands. Why do people fall in love with you? The Moon. Wow. Can we just take a moment to appreciate this beautiful Moon card? Like, it's so, so, so beautiful, right? For my dear pile 2, why do people fall in love with you? Ace of Cups. Look at these cards, so beautiful. Okay, and the last card we have is the Eight of Wands here. Now let's see. At the back of the deck we have the Page of Wands. Now, my dear pile 2, why do people fall in love with you? Now, the first thing that I heard was independence. People love your independence, okay? you are someone who's so strong, okay, so strong within themselves. Even if you may sometimes think that I am not strong enough, I am such a weak person, you know, all these things that we sometimes, all these very harsh things that we at times tell to ourselves when we are facing very, very difficult times in our life, right? Let me just tell you that the energy that is coming through here, okay, is literally the energy of an emperor. And do you see the emperor here having a lion's head? Literally, when I saw this card coming through, I did not see the emperor being written there. Like, I only saw this, okay? I didn't see that. And I immediately thought of the strength card. And first I thought it was the strength card, but then I read emperor here. And I feel like the strength card is actually still very, very important to this pile. Yes, it didn't come through, but it's all about the energy. And that's really something that I'm intuitively picking up on. You are being represented by the strength card. Now, maybe for some of you guys, you have fire in your chart, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, but it doesn't have to be, okay? We are only talking energy here. And, you know, sometimes if we have to be so strong and then strong for such a long time, we forget how strong we are because we get used to it. And then it takes someone else, okay, an observer, to actually, yeah, make us aware of it again. And let me tell you, okay, I am seeing your energy here and I admire you so, so much, my dear pal, too. You are so empowering, so courageous as well, okay? And there is so much that is impressive. And I really feel like maybe sometimes you may not even be aware of it, but you are. And people see that. People see how powerful you are, how strong you are, you know, no matter what comes through, how big your presence is, you know, and nothing can shook you. And even if it does, you find yourself right back, you know, in the next like second, because this is who you are. No matter how often life puts you down, you always find your way back to your feet. And that's something people see, and that's a big trait why people fall in love with you, because I mean, who wouldn't fall in love with such a beautiful, strong person? You are an idol, you know, you are such a beautiful role model when it comes to that, right? I mean, life always has its challenges, and these challenges are a part of this 3D reality. And you are this lion, you know, or this lioness, and it's beautiful to witness how much fire and empowerment you have, okay, in your energy here. And that's why I'm saying, maybe for some of you guys, you aren't that aware of it, because it's being picked up energetically, but I'm wondering whether this is actually something that you are aware of or not, or whether, you know, you dealing with your like challenges has just become very ordinary for you. But you are a role model, you really, really are. The way you go about things, okay, especially difficult things, is so intriguing and so impressive. Now, let's continue. For my dear pile 2, why do people fall in love with you? I also feel like there is a side of you which is really mysterious and which people really feel drawn towards, you know? This mysterious side may come through the way you wear like clothes, okay, through your fashion, or it may just in general be your overall energy. But I feel like it does somehow come through physically. It may be the way you look at people, the way you carry yourself, but there's something very, very mysterious about you. And once again, I really feel like it's this energy that you have, which obviously will influence the physical reality, because everything is energy. So that's really what I'm seeing here for you as well. And that's what attracts a lot of people towards you. So intriguing. Like, look at this picture, how elegant it looks, how gorgeous it looks, right? I'm so in love with it. And I feel like it's the same that people say to you or think. Okay, maybe some people don't say it that often, but that's what they think no matter what. That you are very elegant, you are very gorgeous, very beautiful. Just the same way I'm feeling about this moon card here. You shine, my dear, you shine. Your light is being spread everywhere and everyone sees it. Even those people who may pretend they don't, they see the light and the strength, okay, that you have. And no one can take it away from you, because this is who you are. No one will be able to turn your light off, because not even a storm could take your light off, okay? Now, as I already said, there is this independence around you, but I feel like there is more to it. You may be someone who likes to be around their loved ones, but at the same time, you're also like, you have this quality of a lone wolf as well. You are someone who also needs their alone time, also needs to spend some time with themselves. And that's actually such a beautiful trait. And people who are not afraid to be alone, that shows so much of, once again, their inner strength, okay? Because they are pretty good with just being by themselves. They don't need like others around them 24/7 to feel validated or good about themselves. And I feel like this is something that people really admire about you, because maybe a lot of people would like to be the same. A lot of people would also like to be okay with being by themselves and spending time with themselves, but some may feel like lonely when they do, okay? So they really admire it when they see it in you, that it actually makes you feel empowered even. And I mean, everyone needs to see for themselves, right? Because we're all different. However, I do feel like there are still some people who admire that about you, that you're okay with being by yourself. And once again, I hear that coming through. That's what makes you even stronger in their eyes. Like, if this pile had to have like one keyword, it would be strength, without any hesitation, because this is who you are, your strength and empowerment. You may even be the kind of person who, when you go through difficulties, you may just deal alone by it, like you will not even tell others, okay? For some here, with the 10 of water being here, the 10 of cups, another thing people really, really love about you is the way you make them feel. You make people feel very uplifted, very positive, very good about themselves, and people love to be in your presence. That's something I'm seeing. You may even be very funny, or you may have your own sense of humor that people really love, okay? But you have this light, my dear. You have this light that comes through, and people notice it, people appreciate it, and people want to be around it. That's really what I'm seeing here. Let me see. For some of you guys, you could have also gone through some kind of a transformation in your life. It could, as an example, be physical. Maybe for some of you guys, you have gone through a physical change. As an example, gaining or losing weight or working out, whatever it may be. These are just an example. But it may also be a life change. Let's say you started at one place and you have worked yourself up, or you have changed, transformed yourself. And that's something people witness. And believe me if I'm telling you, people admire that about you really, really much. Because you are someone who will, throughout this lifetime, go through different transformations. And you will make it, you know. These transformations are almost like upgrading yourself or going to the next level. I don't know why I feel like some people may not say these things too often, because they may be a little bit jealous. They may be a little bit jealous of your potential, okay? Because it's noticeable. People see it. And because they feel so much lack within themselves, they don't want to uplift others, okay? Because it's kind of like their own insecurities being or coming onto the like the surface that way. So they would rather not say it or put other people down, because weak people will put other people down in order to feel empowered, right? Strong people don't do that. They just mind their own business. They don't have to put others down in order to feel strong or good about themselves, because that's not dependent on someone else's pain or suffering or making someone feel less just to feel better, right? You may have some people like that around you who may at times try to trigger something or make you feel some type of way. Let me tell you that this says absolutely nothing about you, with everything about them. It's their own insecurity here. They're trying to make you feel some type of way so they can feel better. And I mean, I don't think I need to say anything about that, you know. It's total BS. So I don't know why this came through, because yeah, I think it's just so you know, because you are coming off as the complete different, you know, like energy here. You are someone who does the opposite. You are someone who uplifts others and makes others feel great about themselves. And this is really the way to go. And this is why people love about you, because it's not only about having a smile on your own face, it's also about sharing the smile, making other people laugh as well. This is who you are, and yeah, people fall in love with that. Let me get you guys some oracle cards as well. For my dear pile 2, why do people fall in love with you? The first card we have is a new earth, and it says, it's happening, keep holding the vision. Let's get you a second one. And the second card we have is fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Okay, so my dear pile 2, first of all, what I'm seeing here for you, okay, keep holding the vision. That really reminds me of people seeing, okay? People seeing the potential that you have. They see the vision that you have of your life, okay, what you are working towards. And even if they don't say it, they recognize it in you. And they see how possible it is, okay? Like, with it's happening being here, it's something that may very much come into your life, and people who support you will voice it for sure. Some who be envious of this potential that you have may probably like don't say anything, but regardless of that, this vision or this dream or wish that you have, my dear, hold on to it. It's really the major message of this card, because so much potential that wants to come out, so much potential that wants to be expressed. And yeah, another reason why people are just so in love with you, because you follow your heart. And that's, I feel like, why also a lot of people see you as a role model. Following your heart can be a very, very scary thing. However, very often, and in my opinion, it's the right way to go. Other people may, think differently about it. That's totally fine, right? We have all different opinions depending on, the kind of life experiences we have made. But we can definitely all agree that following our heart is not something easy. So because of that, people really admire that about you, okay? Let me see. I also feel like, by the way, when people have a conversation with you, okay, this card says fall into my arms. I almost feel like it's supposed to say fall into this safe place, fall into our own world, because I feel like when you sometimes speak with others, you just create this beautiful environment in which you may lose yourselves for hours and just talk about so many, like interesting stuff. And people really, really love that about you. I feel like people can almost talk about anything with you. Yeah. And once again, I'm hearing you make people feel so good about themselves. That's another thing here. I know I already said that, but that's probably one of the most beautiful aspects, okay? That you make others feel so good. Yeah. So, my dear pal 2, this is actually all I have for you. Please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if there is something you would like to share, definitely feel free to do so. Also, my dear, like and subscribe if you haven't. If you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notification when I upload and you pick a card or a candle wax reading. Also, my dear, if you're interested or you're just curious when it comes to a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my Instagram account is found in the description box, and of course I invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pal 2, I am sending you much love and much, much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal 2, take care, my love. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, why do people fall in love with you? Let's start straight away. Let's see for my dear pile 3. Why do people fall in love with you? For my dear pile 3. Why do they fall in love with you? One more shuffle. Why do people fall in love with you? Okay, so for pile 3. The first card we have is the Fortune's Wheel. I think a card turned over, yeah. We have the Queen of Cups. For my dear pile 3, why do people fall in love with you? Okay. Oops. So 2 cards fell. We, on the first hand, okay, we have the 9 of Swords here. We also got the Transformation card. Let's get you 3 more cards. We have the 2 of Wands. For my dear pile 3, why do people fall in love with you? We have the King of Cups. Ooh, okay. And we have the Magician. Look at that. Look at how beautiful the Magician card is. At the back of the deck, we have the Six of Cups. Now, my dear pile 3, why do people fall in love with you? Now, let me start with that. The first message that I have heard was, you are the kind of person who will support, okay, others when they go through a very tough time. And that's something that people appreciate so much about you. Because sometimes we come across people who I can't talk, who may be great, okay, and we have so much fun with them. It's so great to be around them, but when things become ugly in our life, you know, maybe when we get sick, when we go through some kind of crisis, they may go, or they don't even like bother to call us or see how we're doing, and we kind of feel perhaps that we're just good when we're doing it, and if there's something bad we're dealing with, we're like a burden that they don't want to deal with. And of course this is something that definitely makes you feel some type of way, and you are not like this. In fact, you are someone who others can count on. And that's the thing here. Others can count on you, and that's something that is so important, okay? There's also this level of trust that's coming through here. But people know when you say something, you stand by it, and that yes, they can have fun with you, okay? You can laugh and, you know, do all the good stuff, but at the same time, if they're having a bad time, they can count on you and they know that you will support them. And this is such an important trait, because as I always like to say, we can laugh with everyone. Like right now, we can just randomly go to a stranger and like have a drink with them and have a good time. But when things become ugly, what then? Who is then to stand beside us and give their support, you know? Because human connections don't only mean spending good time with each other, it also means that staying by each other when things get bad. And that's actually when we feel like we need them the most, even. So that's something, okay, that's one thing that people see in you, and a reason why people fall in love with you. You are the real deal, okay? Having a connection with you is definitely very deep. I feel like you may come across a lot of soulmates throughout your lifetime, like also platonic speaking, you know? You may meet a friend who is a soulmate, you may have a family member who is a soulmate to you. But I just feel like throughout this lifetime, you are gonna meet a lot of people from your soul family, from your soul team, like those who are physically here, okay? Not as an example your spirit guides who may not be physically here, but I'm really talking about people who are a part of your spirit team but who are also reincarnated here as a human at the same time as you. I feel like you will meet a lot of them if you haven't. Maybe for some you can think of at least one person who you may resonate with when it comes to that, who you always felt like this person may be a soulmate to you. You know, they may be a friend, or I don't know, a mother, a partner, whoever, a child, okay? It doesn't really matter. It's all coming back to you. So that's one reason I'm seeing here why people fall in love with you. But there is more to discover. Oh, by the way, I didn't even see that. Look at that. We have the Six of Water, or the Six of Cups, being the overall energy here. And the Six of Cups is literally a soulmate card, or for me personally, is the soulmate card. And it's funny because I literally talked about soulmates here, and this being the overall energy definitely gives this confirmation of you meeting throughout your lifetime different soulmates. And I feel like people feel that. People feel this very special connection towards you. In fact, I feel like for some of you guys, you may be very spiritual or express yourself, okay? Have your spiritual beliefs, and people pick up on it or they feel it. And when being with you, they also feel very empowered because your great energy is contagious. And you may also awaken other people to their own spirituality or to their own greatness and potential, okay? I also feel like you are someone who may be having a very healing energy to others. Like your presence could be very healing. And yeah, people love that about you. This is a reason why people definitely fall in love with you as well, my dear. Also, with the Magician card being here, the Magician is such a strong archetype. It's the master who's able to channel the above and bring it down to earth, right? And the Magician is the master of all the suits and like so much more. An alchemist, right? And I feel, my dear, I know this is all about why people fall in love with you, but I'm receiving even more and more messages coming through. For a lot of you guys, you are an old soul. You really are. There is so much knowledge and wisdom within you. There is so much greatness and empowerment. Oh my goodness. Excuse me guys, but I just need to show that. You literally like chose the psychic abilities card, right? And that's a great theme. Like this is actually the energy of your reading here. It's all about the power that you have, like the spiritual intelligence that you are carrying, and that people notice that. Not only will you throughout this lifetime awaken, I feel like, more and more gifts that you have deep down, if you haven't so far already, but you also help others to do the same. You also help others awaken to their own spirituality. And that's something people love so much about you, because it's very easy right now to, let's say, have a physical connection with others, okay? That's for some, for, how do you say it? For some extent, that's something that people only are looking for, like, only are searching for, only the physical connection, okay? Which, of course, everyone can decide for themselves. Everyone has free will. And yeah, everyone can live however they want to. But it's something common, okay? That's what I mean. However, having a spiritual connection may not be that common. And when people feel that, it's something that you don't want to give away anymore, because it's one of the most beautiful experiences that you have. And that's something people feel towards you, and why people fall in love with you, because they can feel the spiritual connection that goes beyond the physicality, okay? The physical satisfaction is one thing, but the spiritual satisfaction goes through all the bodies and goes soul deep, literally. I feel like you are someone who may at times be very unconventional, or you share your light, and maybe at times people feel like you stand out, or there's something very, very different about you. That's right, because you are different, and different is beautiful. We should cherish, okay, the differences we have. But very often, especially in this nowadays world, like, we may feel like pressured into, yeah, fitting in a certain mold that society wants us to fit into. And if our individuality, our creativity, and our truth um, gets destroyed, meanwhile, that's not important as much as we, fit into this whatever we are being told to be. But how we should actually be empowered is not to be something that other people want us to be, but actually be empowered to be ourselves. And this is what you are. You are yourself, and that's why your light is met with so many people who are, yeah, impressed by it, because there may not be a lot of people who do that. And people, when they see you, okay, look at all these colors. You can also see her third eye. I mean, that's so beautiful. There is so much intelligence, okay, and consciousness. It really makes you pause for a second and just appreciate. You are definitely a very spiritual person, however you may experience your spirituality is totally a personal thing, but people sense that in your reality there's more than just the day-to-day and the conventional matrix, right? And you believe you are more, because you are. Besides being a human, you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and a spiritual being doesn't have any limitations. And that's why people see that you're also someone who seems to not have any limitations, because it's your light shining through. My dear pile 3, this is probably my favorite pile. Finding these kind of people is such a blessing. You also make other people feel not judged, When people are with you, they can be themselves. They don't need to fear coming through a certain way, because you actually want people to feel liberated and to feel like they can just be their authentic self. And because that's what you also want. You also want to be your authentic self, or have the space. You also, so therefore you also support others who want to do that. You're definitely a very old soul, my dear. If you have at times felt like you don't belong or you are misunderstood, it's because you are ahead of your time. There is really no other way to say it. And if for some of you guys you would like to go after a spiritual path, or there's some kind of an idea that you have, maybe even work related, connected to your spirituality, then there's definitely this big yes here to try it. Let me get you an oracle card as well. For my dear pile 3, why do people fall in love with you? Goodness, the question should be, why shouldn't they fall in love with you, really? But you know what I mean, right? So let's see. Because there's so much to love. So much to love. For my dear pile 3, why do other people fall in love with you? Okay, we have 3 cards coming through. The first card we have is deep cellular healing, physical and emotional healing. Exactly what I said. The confirmation. You have a healing presence. People love to be around you because it's your energy. your presence helps others heal as well. On a spiritual level, on emotional level, physical level, mental level, it doesn't really matter. You may literally be a healer. This could be a gift of yours, okay? A spiritual gift that you have. Or maybe for some you like to have this as your profession, but regardless of that, you are someone who is so impactful to others on such a positive level. You are a healer, my dear. And that's a reason why people fall in love with you. The next card we have is big picture thinking. Visionary inspired ideas, exactly, confirmation after confirmation. This is what I meant with you may be like ahead of your time. You may have a certain way of thinking, a certain way of like future you would like to create, you know, or belief systems, whatever it may be, which may be different from people that are around you to some extent. And that may make other people feel like you are different from them, but that's actually your magic. Yes, you are different because you are full of colors, you know. And I feel like with inspired ideas being here, you're also an inspiration to others. Okay, and the last card we have is the Cosmic Heart. Yeah. I just heard my heart connects with others. Like, your gentle heart, okay? Like, you make not only friendships or relationships, you make heart-to-heart connections. And yeah, so beautiful. Like, oh, my dear pal 3. I mean, I don't feel like don't say more because like it already says everything. It says everything. So please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, my dear pal 3. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. This is such a blessing. Your energy is amazing. I feel so great, and I hope you have felt this energy coming your way as well. If there's something you would like to share, definitely feel free to do so. Also, my dear, if you're interested or you're curious when it comes to a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me also on Instagram, you will find my Instagram link in the description box, and of course I invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pal 3, I am sending you much love and much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal 3, take care, my love.